It's 5 o'clock and you're off the clock. I'm B. Scott. Today with us, we're excited to have Brian Jessen on my left. Woo. Next to him is Darryl Moore. You guys probably know him from 24/7 Hunts. Does a lot of stuff in a Havoc boat. He's an advocate of outdoors, and he does a lot of things between bass fishing, deer hunting, turkey hunting, elk hunting last year. You know, you do a little bit of it all. Yeah, and sure. He's a great guy to talk to about it because he's out there constantly out in the nature, just hunting whatever's in season, and that's the kind of stuff we enjoy. And you always, of course, have Tim Scott over here with us.
How you doing?
Today we're going to talk about a little bit of the duck season. We're going to talk about how Darryl Moore and Havoc got to where we are today and what's changed in the duck industry and how we all have our hands in it. So before we get into this, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Make sure you follow us on Rumble, Spotify. Check out our race series on YouTube. And let's get right into this thing, man. Tell us a little bit about you. So where are you born and raised at?
So I was born and raised in Camden, Arkansas, which is about 40 minutes from here from the plant. And just kind of went to Harmony Grove High School, a little small school, and kind of grew up hunting. My grandpa, my dad didn't hunt. He likes to play golf. He didn't. His dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his dad didn't hunt or nothing like that. So obviously, if he didn't hunt, But it's kind of funny. My mom's dad was taking her stepdad, but anyway, he would take me hunting. We started when I was like 7. He bought me a 30-30, like most people.
Oh yeah.
We got a 30-30, and he tricked me though because we went, and I didn't know at the time that he'd already paid for the gun. But he's like, "You want a deer hunt?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, we're gonna buy a gun, but you're gonna have to work for it." So I was going over there every day, like working, like doing these off and odd chores, and we'd go up there every Friday to the pawn shop.
Yeah.
And he'd give me $10, and he'd make me give it to the pawn shop guy. And the whole time, I'm thinking like I'm sitting there paying $10 for this gun, but he's already paid for it. But they would keep it on the shelf to make me like keep wanting it. And so
dude, that's awesome.
That is good.
That's a great way of doing it.
That's
yeah.
good.
And so he made me like feel like I had to earn it to be at a deer hunt. And so then it finally came around. It was like October or something, and I knew I only owed like $50 on it. He's like, "All right, if you pick up every can and rake all the leaves up, we'll pay the rest of it off." And so I worked that whole last Friday before, and the pawn shop closed at 12, so it was that morning. I'm up early, like daylight out there, like I stayed the night. I'm like,
I got to get this done today.
I'm getting this gun today.
That's good. That's good stuff. I love that.
Dude, that's an amazing introduction into the outdoors right there.
Oh, that's good stuff.
That's the best way to do it.
So it was like 11:30, and I'm not done. I'm like, as a 7-year-old, you're like kind of like not crying because I'm like, got to be tough, but I'm out there like freaking out. Like, he's like, "Take a break, get a drink." I'm like, no, I'm finishing. He's like, "Come on, let's go. We got to run to it somewhere." And so I'm thinking, I'm like mad. I'm like, we didn't get it done or whatever. And we get there, and he hands me the gun, and the pawn shop owner gives me all my money back too.
Oh, wow.
All the money I've been given. He's like, "Here you go."
Really?
He's like, "We just want to show you that you just got to work hard for everything for the rest of
That's
your life."
so
like,
awesome.
And so he gives me this money, and he's like, "Now you can go buy you like some deer corn and all this
Yeah.
stuff." And I'm like, "Whoa, this is kind of rewarding."
Dude, it's like Christmas. Yeah.
So we go out and we go and we put deer corn out, and it took me. My grandpa was also like an old school hunter, so like no deer cameras, no deer blind. Like we're gonna put some deer corn out like a couple days before. You're gonna sit next to a tree.
Yeah.
You're gonna shoot one. So we ended up killing my first deer next to his house with that. It was also where I killed my biggest buck. It's like that's a story for later on. But yeah, and that's kind of got me hooked into hunting because then from then on, like shot that first deer and I was kind of pumped up, and we coon hunted, squirrel hunted. And then, obviously my grandpa, he loved to fish. So, I mean, we fished every Saturday from the time, till he couldn't do it anymore. So every Saturday we wake up, I stayed at his house on Friday. He had me on Fridays out there digging up worms and stuff, and he'd be out there working because he had a mechanic at his own shop. So I'd be out there digging worms, getting everything ready.
Just getting ready for the fishing trip.
Yeah, every Saturday. He's like, "All right, let's go." And we wake up, we go fishing. That's kind of how I got introduced to it. And it was rewarding because he taught me a lot because he came from nothing. He's like, "Man, nothing's going to be given to you in life. Like, you got to work. You got to work your ass off. Like, if you want something, you got to go to work and you got to do it. Nobody's just going to give you something without some work." And so that's kind of how I got started, and he just made me fall in love with it. He made me earn it. So, yeah, that's the kind of
– man, that's a great way of getting into it for sure.
That's very, very it's a very good story.
Yeah,
for sure, how you got into it. So, so now, we see you all over social media. You got a lot of followers, and you're picked up by several big companies, So, is this your dream to live this kind of lifestyle?
I think, I think in a way it is. I feel like when I, obviously started hunting, it was just like I just loved it so much. And I don't think like ever was the goal was like, let's go like just be like some big name in the hunting industry or anything like that. I think it was kind of like we started like filming and like wanting to film is just like to have it for memory's sakes more or less. And then it's like, as it grows, like I kind of want to do this for a living in a way or some way where I can do it and like it'd be a little bit cheaper and just kind of grow what I like to do. So now it's like every day is like you accomplish something, you work with a new company or know somebody that's like, oh man, I really can do this, you know, for a little while at least.
So when did you get into the duck hunting?
So
When did that start for you?
That's funny. So when I was about 17, junior year in high school, man, I was coon hunting every night because I was like, man, I had a pretty good coon dog, and we were taking the competitions, me and my grandpa. And I was going to basketball practice. It was December, and all these dudes on my team, they're like, dude, we're going duck hunting tomorrow. You got to come duck hunting. And I'd be like, dude, I'm not going to stay in no cold-ass water. Like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not waking up. Like, when y'all are going duck hunting, I'm going to be coming back from coon hunting. Like,
oh, man. Yeah. Obviously, you guys kill too, huh?
Yeah,
getting it done.
You got to go at it. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
And so one morning I was like, all right, look, I'll go one time, just one time, but I'm going to need everything because I didn't have a shotgun, nothing like that. You know, that was my own. So they gave me some waders. They're like some leaky waders. And and I got my grandpa's Remington 1100. He let me borrow. And so we go hunting, and as soon as I step in the water, they're leaking. So I'm like cold. I'm like, bro, this is miserable.
Like, this is not a good idea.
Yeah, this is like 5:30 in the morning. I'm soaking wet. It's cold. I'm like, dude, when this is over, I promise y'all I will never be back here again. Like, I promise.
You're done.
I'm done. And like daylight comes up and these wood ducks start flying. I'm like, all right, this is kind of cool.
Right, this is kind of getting
intense, you know. And like they're calling. I'm sitting there like, what is this? And I remember this greenhead comes backpedaling in, like just, you know, it's like backpedaling, feet down in the hole. All right, Darryl, shoot it. And I pull up, and I boom, 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 all 3 shots, and I missed. I mean, not even. My heart was so bad. I didn't cut a feather. And I'm like, we get done hunting, and I'm laughing. I'm like, all right, this is it. All right, I'm down for this. And like 2 weeks later, I'm like, Christmas comes around. Like, my parents are like, what are you doing for Christmas? I'm like, I need a shotgun. I need some decoys.
I need the whole thing.
Getting geared up.
I need a dog. And it's kind of just been history from there. I just fell in love with it, and I started meeting good people, and kind of just teaching me all this stuff. And man, we just started. You know, I got to where I was just hunting duck hunting every day. Like, I almost stopped coon hunting because it was like duck season rolled around. It was like, dude, I'm figuring this out, and like I want to kill them. Like, I don't want to shoot 1 or 2. I want to shoot 20 or 30.
Yeah.
And it kind of just kept growing from there. Like, it just ate up with it.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely one of them things that just gets into your blood. As soon as there's nothing like ducks cupping in, you know, just working.
I mean, Brian's the same way.
It's addictive.
When duck season comes in, he's all ducks.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I don't know. It just gets in you. You just,
I mean, you go dang near every day of the season, don't you, Brian?
Yeah. Man, I don't know. It's just, I think it's almost like a drug or something. You get addicted to it, really.
I agree. Like,
I mean,
I like this year. You know, obviously the weather was just horrible this year, and it was like days where I knew we weren't gonna kill anything. I knew the weather was bad. Like, there's no way I should be going duck hunting this morning. And I wake up and still drive down there and go duck hunting.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Why am I doing this? Like, you just want that little feeling, like just one group to come in. That's all
it's the what if.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, it seems like it's gonna be a bad day. It doesn't seem like it's gonna work out for us. But what if it did?
Yeah.
And let's
and sometimes,
wake up early and
sometimes you're out there, you might be at an old spot where you killed a bunch of ducks with some buddies or whatever, and you're chasing that memory. You know, you're bringing back that memory, and I don't know. It's just,
like,
can't describe it.
If
really.
it's storming real bad, like a rainstorm, like we killed them in this hole one time. It was raining real bad, and it was raining real bad again. Like, the weather was like, everything was perfect. I'm like, what if we kill them again? Like, what if it all lines out? What if it lines out?
But you'll never convince yourself that was a fluke. You know, like this could happen again.
Until you go again to the same hole and it's piss pouring rain. You hadn't shot a duck. And you're like, we should have slept in. I knew better.
I'm never doing this again.
I don't care how good this sticky gear I got is until I'm still wet.
Yeah, no kidding.
So y'all started videoing your hunt, started kind of growing a little bit of a following, and then that's when the 24/7 came about, right?
Yeah. So we kind of were doing like several things. Like, we were hunting a lot, and I met Renard on Instagram, and he was trying to hit me up because at that time I was hunting 60 days a year, and I was just killing a lot of ducks with different people, you know. And he was like, "Man, I'm just wanting to come up." He's from Georgia. He's like, "I want to come up and hunt." And I'm like, "I'm hunting every day. I mean, come on, but just don't tell nobody where we go." Like, that's my biggest rule.
Like, blindfold.
I don't care what you do, just don't tell nobody where we go. And at the time, he didn't have a boat or anything or nothing like that. And that's right when I had bought. Around the time I bought like my first Havoc, I think maybe my second one I had then, because I bought one. I think it was freshman year of college, just like the first thing I bought myself. And he didn't have a boat, and I'm like, look, I drive crazy, and we're gonna get the hole, no matter what. So just let you know, I don't want
to get rough.
It's gonna get rough. It's like when it turns 4 o'clock, just know.
Keep your hands inside the vehicle at all times.
Pray.
Yeah,
close your eyes.
I had a cuz built Merc too, and like he had never seen nothing like this because he's from Georgia. And,
yeah,
you know, so he's like,
Dude,
he's like,
ripping.
it's like 355 or something. Like everybody's like lined up. He's like, what are y'all doing? Like he knew like boat races and stuff like that and everything. He's like, so what are we doing? I'm like, you just lay down there, don't look up, and just trust me. He's like, dude, I don't know about this.
And try not to cry.
Yeah, and so he went and we got the hole and everything, and we killed him. He's like, bro, that was crazy. And then he ended up buying a boat and all that, and man, we just kept going from there and just started filming, and now we just hunt all the time.
Well, obviously it's growing for you. I mean, you're getting followers and people is looking up to you, you know, but you know, doing all that, I mean, what has Havoc done for you? I mean, like how does Havoc, you know, the boat, how does it help you get where you want to go, or does it give you confidence? I mean, you know, obviously you kill a hell of a lot of ducks, you know, but you still got to get there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of boat brands out there, you know, but what does the Havoc do for you and your group of guys?
I think like for us, like I said, I'm the whole runner. So like for me, when I know it like 3:55, 4 o'clock when it's time to go, like I need something that I can trust that's going to hold up, that I can beat up, I can run it hard, it's going to do everything. Like you got performance and durability, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so like I said, I don't know what number boat I'm on now. And it's not because they're tearing up, it's just because I want another boat all the time. Right? I just want to try something different, you know?
Yeah.
And so like I look at the end of the season and like I look at the trees I've hit and I remember everything I've hit and like definitely where I'm like, it should be torn up right now. And I look at the boat and it's like, man, this thing still looks brand new, you know? Mm-hmm. And so it's like, I know that when I get in that boat that I'm going to get back to the ramp no matter what happens, right? If the motor holds up, I don't want to wear nothing but like, I mean, y'all seen videos. People seen videos of me jumping stuff and ramping stuff. And it's like you really like, obviously you guys put it out of jumping stuff. But then like when I put one in my hands and I go do it myself, it's like, dude, look, you can ride whatever you want. But I'm telling you, like, if you want to make sure you get home and still run it, this is what you got to drive. And so it just helps me know that, like, when I take off, like, I'm going to get the hole. And it's not – if I don't get it, it's because I got lost and it's my fault. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So –
And speaking of the different models you've had, you know, here recently you've been driving around the mud rig, haven't you? The MSTC?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, recently I've been MSTC for, like, I think the past 3 years now. I've driven MSTC
I think
now.
so. I think so.
I've been out of outboard for a couple of years mostly in the MSTC.
We have one of your outboard motors here.
Yeah, my Merc's here. But mostly I've been driving the MSTC because, you know, the water's been low every year.
Yeah.
And even when the water does come up, I mean, that MSTC it's still fast enough. I mean, I'm running still, you know, 34, 35 in the woods in shallow water and nobody can beat me. Right. You know, I'm lined up with people that have these fast motors, but they're like, you know, on these other boats.
Once you get to the shallows, you just.
I mean, it's about the average speed on the whole trip.
Brian's a big MST fan.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you
I mean, I've spent my whole life in outboards, and these MSTCs are game changers.
Yeah.
I mean
100%. I can tell you 100%. There's some stuff that there's no way that my boat should be still in one piece. And I'll be like, holy cow, I really just hit a tree going like 30, and this thing is still in, like, you can't even tell I touched anything except for some scratches. And I think it blows people's minds. Like, even like we get to the ramp, like I'll pull my boat on the ramp and people will come up to me like, dude, I seen this morning. Like, is your boat okay? And I'm like, my boat, we're about me, not the boat.
Yeah, I hear you.
The boat's fine.
The boat's fine.
The boat likes it, actually.
Yeah, it likes it. Like, this is what it's built for.
Yeah.
And, you know, they'll be like, dude, like, let me get that boat. I'm like, every day they sell them, go get one.
Dude, in the ice this year, I mean, I pulled up behind some guys. I was like, what's going on, guys? And they said, man, it's the ice. And I just rip.
Yeah.
I just ripped through it, and they're like, "Oh, that'll tear my boat up." I'm like, "That's confidence right
Sorry.
here, you know."
Yeah.
Have it, baby.
Sorry. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's
I know
right.
What I'm talking about.
It's something like that ice that freezes. One day we were hunting and we had slaughtered them, and we had some ducks that fell behind us, and like they were trying to go get some ducks, and I'm like, "Dude, y'all want me to go get them?" Like, all right, like I'm scared of the ice. Like, I'm not scared of it. And I put my boat. I swear to y'all, my boat's on, like, just sitting on the ice.
On the solid.
Like,
It didn't bust back through.
Yeah.
Just rode up on it.
They're like, what are you going to do? I'm like, we're finna jump on this thing, and it's going to bust the ice. And they're like, it's going to tear the boat. I'm like, no, it's not going to tear this thing up.
You're gonna be good.
And so, I mean, like, I can do testaments all day on it. But it's like, anybody that's not running one is just, like, plain just don't know.
It's a tool, you know.
They don't know. I think a lot of people look at Havoc as a production boat.
Yeah.
And they're having a hard time connecting production with quality or durability. So I think a lot of times a lot of folks just say, it's just a production boat. It's not as tough as a custom built boat, whatnot. But it just tells you that we're good at what we build at production.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of people get confused about that.
Yep.
But Havoc. Havoc. I mean, if you called me and said, "Hey, man, your boat tore apart," we would stop production and fix it. Like, whoa, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of, it takes people like you and people that use our product and a company that's willing to listen to the customers. I think that's the biggest goal here. Then you could build a hell of a product, of a product. But
and behind that comes from years of experience of
screwing up,
trial and error.
Screwing up.
Well, you know what works and doesn't work.
It's not that we just happened got lucky and built a boat or whatnot. It's built off of mistakes.
This year's Havoc's 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah, it was 10 years this year. Yeah.
This ain't your 10-year anniversary.
No.
25.
Yeah, 25, 26, I think.
Yeah, it might be more than that, actually.
Of straight R&D.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I know.
I mean, it's not like this just started.
No, it's not. This is not new.
We can't go in details, but we're RDing already.
Oh,
yeah.
We started, 4 days ago?
Yeah.
Did I get excited? I don't.
I know, because I can't sleep at night.
I wish I could tell y'all about it. Oh, dude.
But, we decided to jump into something totally different, and it's like, oh, my God, here we go.
Yeah.
And we committed to it, and we're starting the process already. So hopefully we'll have this new thing out by.
This is gonna be game changer.
Hopefully we'll have it out in 12
changer.
months. I think it's going to take us 12 months to get developed.
Yeah.
So
without a doubt.
I think a lot of people too don't even realize like how much testing y'all actually do.
It's every day.
They see the videos, they see people driving, but like they don't realize. Like, I mean, every time I come to the factory, my mind's blown. Like there's always like Tim takes me to the back or B Scott, y'all take me to the back, and you're like, dude, open this whole nother door, and it's like all these boats are laid out. And like people don't realize how much money you are investing in just testing to get the best boat to people.
And it's not even only us testing; it's a lot of the stuff that guys like you that run your boat to the maximum level. You say, hey, okay, this is what I'm noticing, and you just tell us kind of the situation. What's
everything's
happening.
a problem. I mean, we don't come to work every day and say, okay, everything's perfect. I mean, if it's not a problem, we're gonna make it a problem. We're like, okay,
we're trying to make it
this
better.
could look better, or this could look better. And it seems like the R&D never stops around here, and that's where a lot of our profit goes.
Yeah,
true. I mean, we spend a ton of money. Sometimes I gotta say, okay, let's stop, let's slow down. We don't need to do something different. But it's a disease.
Yeah,
it is.
It's a fear of failing.
Which is a good thing, because then every year when y'all say, hey, this new model's better, you're not just saying that. You're being like, this is legit.
Yeah, we're not just blowing whistles.
Yeah, this is legit. I mean, our other boat was great, but this one is greater. And like it tells too. Like if I pull up to the ramp, I mean, I was telling Brian one day this year that I pulled up to the ramp and all these boats are lined up on the ditch, and I'm looking at the boats and like, there's 40 boats in the ditch, and there's only 3 of them that's not a Havoc. So that tells you that. I mean, that in itself is like, okay.
Well, it's hard work. It's trying to be best. It's not necessarily just trying to build the best boat. It's trying to impress
and it's innovation as well.
We're trying to
not trying to copy something.
Yeah,
trying to build something of your own.
Well, I think if you're building something that does not have a purpose to fix an issue that people are dealing with, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. We're all in it to change the game, and if we're not constantly nitpicking issues that may not really be giant issues, but there's something that we see that could be better. That's how we constantly keep
just like duck hunting. I mean,
better.
if you make mistakes duck hunting, you're just like, well, I should have done that.
Yeah.
Deer hunting, same way. Building boats, we're like, I called my wife on the way home, from last weekend, and I said, hey, I got an idea. I told her my idea. Then I said, too late. I already committed.
Strap up.
And she's like,
strap up.
She's like, what will ever make you happy?
Nothing.
I said, I don't know what will make me happy, but I'm not happy yet. I said, we got to be better.
That's right.
She's like, I mean, you're on top of the world. You've had a successful career, and you're still not happy. I said, I probably won't be happy till the day I die.
Yeah.
Because I'll quit thinking then.
Yeah.
But
and you've been with Havoc for a while now.
For a long time.
When did that start? What year was that?
It was Brian. Do you remember?
2000.
It's been a while.
Darryl, you've probably been you've been running a Havoc since what?
I bought one in 2014.
Okay.
But he wasn't really
He was a customer.
Yeah.
And pushed it and pushed it and pushed
Probably
it, and
I think like
18, 20 probably.
20 probably is when I got the first one.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
And what I'm excited about is
I had 4 of them before I had done bought 4 of them.
Yeah.
4 or 5 of them because that's when like Robbie and all the Robbie Doomies and all them.
Was your first one? It was a DB, wasn't it?
Yeah, my first one I bought was a DB. Yeah. It was a 550 DB. I bought it from Cuz actually, a 550 DB. I went up there and got it. That was my first one.
But most of our pro staff or guys that support the company, they all start with customers. I mean, Brian's the owner of the company now, and he was a customer.
Yeah. I met Tim in 2012.
Yeah.
At Edge. Yeah. Came down there. We tested a Edge 550, put a jet motor on it, and ran good. Just kind of built a relationship. Started racing boats, and he moves on to Havoc, and start racing Havocs. Started winning. I mean, just had a knack for it, and kept a relationship with Tim. And I always told him, I said, if there's ever opportunity one day, I'd be interested in jumping on board with you, you know, as a partner. I think he just laughed me off.
I ignored him
as
forever.
a kid, you know, because I'm hyper and
But I tell you what though, what changed all that, you know, because you kept talking about it. So I asked my wife. I said, "What do you think about Brian Jessen coming on board?" You know, and she's like, "Well, I mean, does he have your back? Does he bleed green?" I mean, she says, "Hey, does anybody else bleed as much green as he does?"
Yeah.
I says,
and just the amount of times you put it all on the line.
You know,
in
and she's
early
like,
videos. Jumping some of the stuff you jumped. I mean, insanity.
But that being said, I mean, he does do crazy shit all the time.
I don't know, Tim. Do you remember when I first bought my first boat? I couldn't get it set up right.
Yeah.
And I hit Tim up on Facebook like, "Hey man, I can't get this thing set up right. Like I'm trying. I don't know. You know, I was kind of new to the boat game." And Tim's like, "Bring it up here." And
he talked to you.
Yeah, he talked to me, and I'm like, "Bring it up there? Seriously? Like you got time to deal with this?" I brought my boat up here. And he said, "Leave it here, and I'll have it right for you." And you and B. Scott took my boat for like a week. You called me back up there, and I came back up there, and y'all had it set up perfect. And I remember that to the day because you put transom weight. It had like everything. It was like a brand new. Then you end up throwing like a light bar house and all this stuff on. I remember that to the day. It always sticks with me. I was like, he had my back. Like he didn't know me. I was just some kid that bought a boat, and he literally said, "I'm gonna take the time."
Yeah.
And he got it right. And,
you know, because we know what it feels like to be disappointed in something.
Yeah. To be let down.
Yeah,
that's what bothers us.
That's hard-earned money.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
you made the choice to buy that product.
Like we don't know who you are, but we weren't going to disappoint.
If there's a problem,
which a lot of it was me too, because it was like I didn't have like the right prop on it and all this stuff. And you gave me a prop. You're like, "This is the prop you need to run." Like, and I was like, "How much owe you?" Like, "No, you're good. Just run the boat. Like, enjoy it."
And that goes on. I mean, people, just because you go buy an awesome performance hull boat doesn't mean that you know.
That's true.
How to set it up or run it, what prop. I mean, we get questions like that all the time. What prop?
It's hard. It's hard to maintain that kind of quality of service when you sell so many volumes. But you know, that's one thing we refuse to do is to kind of ignore the VIN number. You know, it's not about the VIN number; it's about the customer, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's hard to maintain that. But going back to the point I was making, that everybody that's part of this company was a customer.
Yeah.
So everything
believed in.
So everything's earned, just like what you're talking about your grandpa, and you know. So everything's earned in this company. Even Brian's spot, you know, he definitely earned it for sure. But
blood, sweat, and tears.
Blood, sweat, and tears. I got one arm shorter than the other.
That's because you wrecked a RDB drag boat 5 times. You know,
over and over and over.
I was over there pacing back, and I was like, "Oh shit, get him out of that boat!
Give it up!
Shit.
Give it up! Give it up!"
It's always that deal, you know. One more pass.
It's the what if. It's the what if.
I knew it when you said one more pass. I was like, "Damn it, this is not good." And I heard.
Did you ever wrecked a boat at 70?
No, I have not.
It ain't cool. It ain't cool at all.
I don't think I want to do that one.
Yeah.
Brian's wrecked a few. You know, when you chase that 10th, you know, it gets a little hairy. You know.
So let's go into what we got coming up here in the near future. So fishing season. Obviously, everybody's getting out there, getting ready to start doing some fishing, right?
Yeah.
What about that Marsh Runner Gen 2?
Dude, I'm so pumped to get my
Have you seen it yet?
I've seen it.
You seen it today?
Oh, man.
I ain't seen the one today.
You ain't seen it today?
Dude,
you've not seen yours.
I haven't seen mine.
Okay, all right.
Man.
I've seen the Gen 2.
Oh, man, you're going to be stoked.
It's funny. We know it's really nice when DJ comes up to me. He's like, "You sure y'all don't want to keep this one?"
No, that's what he said.
I mean, for a second, I'm like,
Hey,
I mean,
said,
maybe
I'm like,
we do.
He said that to me. He's
Maybe we
like,
do.
hey,
You sure you don't want to keep this
you sure
one?
you don't want this one?
And he just looks at us, and I'm like,
No. So yeah, it's a really nice boat, and you know, I mean, you've actually worked on the Gen 2 for what, about a year now?
Yeah, it's been a journey.
This is actually probably one of the least amount of boats. I mean, I've worked on personally. I mean, I wasn't really involved in this boat a lot. You know, it was an idea. We knew the weight situation was needed to be adjusted because the industry has not done that. So we did design something around heavy 4-stroke motors. But basically, you know, you took off on this thing right here. It's a beautiful boat. You know, the Gen 2 hull is beautiful. You know, we added some brakes to it and did some design changes to it. I think he's just trying to beat me.
Yeah. We gotta do something around here.
Yeah. He's getting close, man. But
this boat's sweet.
He's almost there. He actually said, "Dad, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do."
Dude, at some point you got to shine a little light in the shadow. You know?
He is definitely.
Well, here's the deal.
He's definitely trying. He's definitely trying.
Here's the deal. My thing is, it's like it's the same concept of going against the RDBST Mod 40 for speed and racing, right? Yeah. It is so hard to build something that's going to beat the best.
Yeah.
You know, when
he's panicking. He's like, I can't beat that.
I'm like, I got to come up with something quick. Chop, 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 chop. Throwing stuff out, ideas and stuff.
Drinking all these energy drinks.
I know, just round the clock, you know.
Yeah, he's scratching his head like, damn it, I got to come up with something good around here.
And this Marshland Gen 2, man, it is going to be sweet, especially some of the places that you fish. Yeah. You know, you don't really need, I mean, you need a boat that's going to be a tool, that's going to get you to the hard-to-get-to places, little backwater spots in the timber or whatnot. And this is the perfect mixture. You know, it takes the durability of our other boats with the I-beam ribs. It takes the functionality with the bigger front deck and all the rod storage, live well, all that.
It's like 7.5 foot deck, isn't it?
Yeah,
something
I mean, it's big.
It's crazy.
I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be
like
cool.
You pull up to like a tournament, you know, and you in this boat, and everybody's looking like, this dude's in a little aluminum boat, and you just jet past him, and then you're like, you know, you get to the stumps and they're like slowing those big bass boats down.
And you're just ripping.
You're full speed straight through there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, who is this guy?" You know. Then you come back in with that big 20-something.
Oh, and you win it.
And
you win it.
Yeah.
And you mic drop. Mic drop and walk out.
Yeah. Just like,
you know, the bass boat tiller handle stuff is. And no one's really focused on that market.
No, you don't even see it. I mean,
but every tournament you go to, you know, if you just go around find a little tournament somewhere, there's always that one guy in that 12-foot John boat that can just idle out there after everybody else and tear everybody's ass up.
He comes in,
stringers.
Everybody's laughing at him because like, look at this dude.
Look at this dude. What's he gonna do?
I got $100,000 over here.
Got a little 25 on the boat.
Little 9.9, a little mixed gas. Put some oil in that gas.
He just goes and sits on that little center pod right in the middle of the boat, and he just tears them up.
Got a cigarette out there.
He's pull starting that motor on 9.9. You got
smoking
and you got a push button. You'll fire that 250.
Fire it up.
Yeah, no man's just pulling that string.
And he knows where they're at.
I got you.
Yeah.
You know, so it is funny how you can see all this money on the boat ramp. Yeah, and a guy out there, a little John boat built in 1972 with a 9.9 pull start, whoops that ass.
Well, he's always gonna have the big bass. No matter what, he's gonna have the biggest bass.
Definitely don't write that guy off.
No,
he knows.
While we're talking about fishing, just for a second, we had a question come in. A lot of people are talking about this graphs and electronics and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Where do y'all think? Good, bad for fishing?
So
you know what's going on with all that controversy? Like they might take it away. You know, for
you talking about live scope?
Like tournaments. You know, like
I think a lot of people. If you're talking about bass fishing, okay. So, in my opinion, I think the guy that's going to go out there, he's going to buy these expensive graphs. He's going to put the live scope or whatever on his boat, fully rigged out. You know, he's got a lot of money invested into this.
Yep.
I don't see that guy as the guy that's keeping a lot of the bass.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. You know,
they're sport fishing.
Now, on the other hand, the crappie, I think that more than likely everybody keeps their crappie.
I can't agree with you more.
Yeah. And so that's going to be an issue.
I mean, don't you see that? I mean,
what do you think, Darryl?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the bass guys that are doing it, like most people that are bass fishing, like let's be honest, like most of the time you're just catching and throwing it back. Like you're not keeping. You might keep like a 1 pounder or something, but you're going like a big bass you're gonna throw back. But like crappie, I mean. I don't know about y'all, but I can't throw a crappie back. Like,
it's impossible. Your finger, your hand, like you're like,
I can't throw a 2 pound.
You're just hoping the warden ain't at the ramp when you get back. You know how I get you.
That, but that live scope is really impacting the crappie.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it is. And then they're talking about this professional maybe pulling it from it. What do you think about that?
I mean, I feel like too, like people think like that just because of live scope, like you can see those fish. Just because you see them, don't mean they're gonna bite it off.
That's right.
That is true.
I can't tell you how many times I've stared at that live scope screen at a fish and sat there for 40 minutes and he wouldn't even look at it.
And you can just see it dropping it right here.
Drag it right over his damn head, and you can't even.
It's still fishing. They still got. You still got to make them bite. So I mean, I feel like people that are crying or complaining about it. I mean, it's just like everything. They just won't put the time in to actually use it. I mean, it does take a little bit of instincts out of fishing because like now you don't have to like just kind of instinctively think, man, I need to run over here. You kind of can look at something and see. But like I said, I mean, there's a lot of times you can stare at the live scope all day and still not catch a fish.
Oh yeah, no, I've been there.
And my thing is, I think what live scope's done, especially for bass fishing, is taught people so much more about fishing.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you might find the fish and you might throw bait, nothing. Throw the bait again, nothing. Switch baits, throw the bait, nothing. You know, and then you might find what water column they're in and just all that.
Depth,
so
you see where the fish is at,
and then
you can watch yourself work that bait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what blows my mind is when I started scoping. They call them scopers or something, When I started,
he's a scoper. He's a scoper over here.
You know what I'm saying?
I've
they
never
call
heard
them
that.
scopers.
I've never heard
That's what
that.
they call them, man. They call them scopers. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I understand.
All right. Well, anyways, so I'm out there scoping, right? Trying to fit in with the society.
I think it's the way he's saying it that makes it sound.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they call them,
It's like going to the doctor getting a prostate exam.
Yeah, scopers. Oh, here comes a scoper. Was $100,000 bass boat. But anyways,
dirty ass scoper.
So I'm out there scoping, and man, I just realized that I've probably been fishing wrong for the last 20, 30 years because I don't think I ever got deeper than 5 foot in the water column. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you got to reel that thing slow.
Yeah, you're like, I thought I was.
Yeah, you throw it out there and you start reeling, and you're like,
yeah.
Oh wait, slower than this.
So I was out there.
Like, let it wait.
I was out there with my wife. I was like, well, shit's fire, baby. I know I ain't caught fish in the last 20 years. I ain't never gotten 10 foot of water.
You ain't got to the fish.
Yeah. I got to slow this thing down. I'll be down there like this. No.
That's funny.
All right, I'm down 20 foot. Okay. I never went that slow. Never.
Yeah.
Which,
that's something you learn.
You know, it's kind of crazy too. Is like we were talking about it earlier. Is you throw a bait out there and you get a backlash. You get a backlash shot, and a lot of times you come back, you got a fish on after that. Yeah. It's like how many times do you not just let the bait fall? Like literally haven't let it fall fast enough and far enough.
Yeah,
that's
never.
True.
You can catch a lot of fish by accident.
I catch most of my fish on accident.
It makes sense. Now it's like your bait's not getting down there fast enough.
Yeah.
And so like if you now it's like, okay, let me actually sit there and wait.
See what happens.
Yeah, fall to the bottom and then start fishing.
It's really amazing because it's taught you how to small bait, big weights. It's really taught you how to fish. And I think it's teaching a lot of people how to fish because I'm telling you, it taught me a lot.
Yep.
I was doing shit wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
Wonder I suck.
I think it's kind of letting people too see like how big a fish are in the lakes. And now everybody's not wanting to keep all the little bass. Like, man, if we just kind of go out here and mess these big ones.
And I tell you something else too. I mean, how many times you gone fishing? I catch a damn thing. You're thinking, well, this lake don't have no fish.
Yeah, it's the lake. It's the lake.
It's definitely the lake.
But it's definitely true because you'll fish for 4 or 5 hours and not see a school of fish.
Yeah.
But then you'll see 3 or 4 bass stacked up, and that's where you focus on.
Yeah.
Hell, I've been over there the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
I've seen it too. Like now you'll start wasting a lot of casts too.
Yeah.
You're like sitting there like, man, what am I throwing all these times for? Let me just sit here and just look around for it.
There ain't no way I'm about to cast this whole bank until I know there's a fish.
And that was some of the arguments, like the major leagues, the major league fishing and stuff, is it makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
They catch more fish, bigger fish.
I mean, the bags are definitely going up.
I mean, and I think also for just the sport itself, getting new people into it, like even mom, she's more likely to come fishing with you if you have live scope.
She never crappie fished before until we got live scope on her boat, and now she'll crappie fish all day.
Yeah. I mean, do you see that too?
Yeah, for sure. Because it's interesting. Like you're not just going out there sitting hoping that you catch a fish. It's like, I'm looking. Like there's fish here. We're looking at them. Like
I mean,
we know we're looking at.
Try this. Try that. Try this.
I mean, seriously, she never wanted to go fishing until we got live scope, and she's like, I'll go fishing. Before you know it, we're 4.5 hours into it.
Mom's she loves outdoors too. She's real big into it.
Well, she is, but if we're fishing and she don't catch fish within the first 10 minutes, she's into the snack bag.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I didn't say she was like, absolutely 100% dedicated to it.
Oh, no,
she enjoys the thought in doing it to some degree, right? You know, and for a family, it's definitely I would say good because it it brings your success up.
Yeah,
it keeps people coming back.
Be good too for like kids, like Brian's kids. I have kids. You have a little son. I think like when they get older, like it's kind of hard, like because if you don't just like fishing, it's like why am I down here fishing? I don't even.
It's almost like video games.
You like look, son, look, they're down here. We just gotta make them bite. You know,
and it's kind of like you said earlier. You got started with your grandfather taking you hunting. And you're gonna pass down all that to your children, as I will mine, and Brian will his. And that's the tradition of it. You know.
And it entertains them, you know.
For sure.
I mean, it does.
For sure.
And that's big. That's cool that you can take your family and do that. Take it with you.
It is cool, man.
You took Brandon fishing.
I did.
Yeah.
We both sucked together. But
we just for a lot of years didn't catch shit.
Yeah.
Where's life scope then?
And he'd always say, the people that aren't catching fish, this is their number one thing they say. Well, it's called fishing, not catching.
Yeah.
Well,
now it's called scoping.
The person that says that ain't catching fish.
What's the saying?
So I was raised on that.
What's the saying? If you're not scoping, you're wishing, or you're hoping.
You're hoping.
If you're not scoping,
you're hoping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Which is the truth.
Yeah.
I mean,
New hashtag.
Well, you see them, the Bassmasters and all the professionals anglers, man. You watch them live, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing it. So it's made an impact on the fishing industry, and it's also drove the fishing industry a lot. It's almost brought bass fishing back.
Yeah.
It really has, because years ago it was all about crappie fishing with live scope. Now bass fishing has become a big deal. I mean, I've watched bass fishing more now than I have in the last 10 years. That's because they're actually successful.
Yeah.
So it does make sense, and it's driving revenue to companies all over the United States.
Yep.
I think it's cool too if you ever watch some of the bass stuff. Like they'll have like their screen, those Garmin screens, and you can watch them actually fishing on the Garmin screen, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Like you can actually see oh, that's pretty cool. And then all of a sudden they pull this big fish out of the water, like
Oh
yeah.
cool.
And it's driving folks to the water.
Yeah,
and this is what I was telling you, Brian, that the fishing market is exploding right now.
It is.
The duck boat market's always good. We're in a little niche market. We take care of customers, and thank God we have that. We've been very grateful to have that. But I am seeing the fishing market. And I talked to you a long time about it. Down there at the boat show, like it was really impressive to see what these people are going to. They're getting their kids in these boats, and it's definitely bringing families together. Get them outdoors, and the COVID-19 didn't. It helped bring people back together.
Oh, it put people outside.
I seen a lot of negative about the COVID-19. I seen a lot of bad stuff about it, but I also seen a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Because families have came back together, got the kids out in the water. It's been good. It's good. It's good and bad. Not bad that went out the water, but the COVID-19 is what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you do most of your fishing springtime, wintertime. When do you do most of your fishing?
So I fish mostly spring, summer.
Is that up
early
until?
Fall.
That's because he's ducks.
Is that up until? Is that up until turkey season?
Yeah, until turkey season. Then a lot of times, what I'll do is, I'm not the greatest turkey hunter, and I get pretty pissed off at it pretty quick. I'll travel
because you don't got live scope.
Yeah, because I know you can't.
You need turkey scope.
If you get a turkey scope, we might have you on to something then. So a lot of times I'll turkey hunt in the morning.
I think it's
till
called
like
a thermal.
8:30.
Yeah, it's called a thermal. It's called a
I
thermal.
wasn't gonna say that loud.
I mean, I'm saying.
He's just gonna say what everybody's thinking.
Go ahead and write the ticket.
Oh,
it is what it is.
But man, turkey season, it's right around the corner too.
Yeah. And so, when the turkeys start gobbling, that's when the fish start biting. So I'll turkey hunt in the morning. I'm hooked up to the boat already, and I'm just like, well, I can kill a turkey. I'm going fishing for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's like you listen. You don't hear a gobble, you're like, I don't know.
You know what I do? I usually fish where I can hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way
No,
if
you could. Yeah.
Well, that's what we do. We do that.
I mean,
that's what we do.
You should
out there
do
fishing, just listening.
Yeah, well, we do that.
You do that.
Yeah.
You really ought to do that.
So we go fishing where we can turkey hunt.
I know a good place you can do that.
Oh yeah, do you?
Yeah.
You gonna say it on here?
No, I'm not saying.
No.
Hey,
no.
so how does this work? So you're an
drop the pin in
influencer and
the-
you get like discounts and get paid here or there. But do you ever like sell secrets or tips? Or
No,
tricks?
I'm not doing that one. I'm not doing that one.
There's no price for hard to earn.
He's like, there's
experiences.
so
There's
many
no
draws.
price.
Hey, don't worry. I was fishing a lake. I ain't gonna say where, but it was a pretty good lake, and
Yeah.
I was out there in my white boat, my big boat,
Yeah.
and some Havoc customers showed up, big fans, and they threw you under the bus, man.
Hey,
Were they like,
they said, Darryl Moore, that's his toe back there.
That's where he catches the big ones over there.
Go flip it by that log over there. That's where Darryl Moore goes.
Hey, you say that though, but seriously, as you become more influential or famous,
they
or
watch.
people. I mean, what do you, when you go to boat ramps? I mean, what happens?
I mean, it's pretty. It's honestly, it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't never really post my truck or nothing. Like, people like, yeah, I seen your truck at the ramp. I'm like, how do you even know what I draw? Like, are you, they'll be like, we'll be at the ramp and people are like, man, yeah, I know where y'all are hunting at. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, you literally don't know where I'm hunting at. And they're like, well, I know where you putting in at. And I'm like, this is insane. So I started tricking people. So I'll call a buddy. I'm like, hey, let's trade trucks for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Like, let me borrow your truck. So,
So you're the whole runner, right? So do you get people show up and say, all right, guys, we're about to get Darryl.
Oh, dude, that's
I'm going to beat him to his hole.
Man, there'll be like, no lie. You pull up to the ramp and people be like, man, I'm going where you're going. And I'm like, okay, but you're not going to beat me there. I mean,
game on.
If you want to really play this game, we can play this game. But, it's
why do people do that?
I know. I'm like,
why do people even?
I think it's a challenge.
But why
be first?
Social media.
And people, I don't know if you notice, people want what they don't have, or they want what you've got.
But why does people even take the time to even say some arrogant shit like that?
They want the 5 to 10 minutes of Facebook fame.
Yeah, they'll be like, or they'll come up to like, they'll tell people like, yeah, we beat them to the hole, and I'm like, I didn't get beat this morning, but they'll think they know where I'm going because we'll be at the same cut. But already I already know where I'm going.
Yeah,
right. And they'll be like, oh, we beat them this morning. No, you didn't.
Yeah, you may have beat me to the cut, but I went
destination.
left. You went right.
You kind of beat me to a certain point, maybe, but like our destinations are quite different.
I don't know why people are like that.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm like, and then to me, like somebody one day came up to me and they're like, yeah, we know y'all been shooting there 3 days, so we're gonna race y'all in there this morning. I'm like, why would you do that? Like,
why would you take?
If you know that I'm in there hunting for 3 days, why would your goal would be this morning to beat me? If you know,
I don't know.
I've been hunting here for 3 days. Like, you literally just told me.
Respect. I mean, it's
hard to find nowadays. It's hard to find. I mean, you've seen that in the duck woods. I mean, duck hunting is changing.
And so much pressure. People put pressure on themselves too. I got this $20,000 boat, and I bought a $1,000 shotgun and butt waders and yada yada yada, and I've got to go kill ducks, and they want to do whatever. If they can take it from you, they will. Yeah, I mean, or try to.
I've had people tell me that, and they raced me in there. And like I say, for one more, I was at the cut, and these guys, they were like, "Hey, where y'all going?" I'm like, "I'm going right back here." And I always think about Palerino. And he told me one morning, he's like, every time I ask him where he's going, he's like, "You tell me where you're going, I'll tell you if you need to get a plan B."
That's the most Nick Palerino thing.
That is Nick Palerino.
You tell me where you're going.
Yeah, I'll take you to plan B. And so I'm like, and I told Palerino when he told me that like 3 or 4 years ago, I'm like, I'm using that. And so that's what I've been telling people all the time. And like, there's some dudes, and like we pulled up to the ramp, and like they were at the cut before me, and I pull in. So I usually get there like 3:55. Like, I'm not gonna sit on the boat ramp for an hour. I at the cut for an hour. And I pull up down there, and they're like asking me where I'm going, and I'm like, "You tell me where you're going, I'll tell you if you need a plan B or not." And he like, dude pulls up his own X real quick, and he shows me, and I'm like, "You're not going there." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I promise you, I'm gonna be there. So you might want to think of something else, or we can hunt together."
That's right.
Yeah, or we can hunt together. And he's like, "No, I don't want to hunt with y'all. You either whoever gets in there, you can have it." I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because there's no going back when I beat you in there. Like, I offer you to hunt right now. And we take off, and I mean, I smoke him. Like, it wasn't even close. Because I knew we were like a little shortcut through the woods.
Yeah.
And I'm running straight through the woods. I'm not going down the creek. And I get in there. They come in there. He's like, "Man, we really want to hunt here. We know the ducks are in here. Can we hunt you?" I'm like, "I gave you that option this morning at 3:58.
That option is expired.
that option is gone. You got to go on."
Yeah, isn't it funny how they crawfish?
Yeah.
You should come on, man up and make a decision.
Yeah, well, Mike Tyson said everybody's tough till you get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what happened.
Everybody's got a plan.
And I told him like 3 times, like, "Are you sure? Like, I'm telling you, you're not going to beat me. Like, just literally, I mean, you're not." I'm like telling him. He's like, nope. We're going to hunt it by ourselves if we win. And I'm like, all right.
That's one thing about Havoc, too. That's what makes Havoc so good is that we got some badasses driving the boats.
That is true.
I mean,
some absolute dogs.
I wouldn't want.
I mean, would you want to chase you or Brian or Derek McCoy? My God, anybody be in the boat?
And it may not be every day. Not every day. They're here or there. But man, you pull up or you just don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal. You don't want to deal with that.
I guarantee you, people roll up, see you, and they're like, "Damn it."
You got
this ain't good.
You got Derek from down south. Derek Fireman. You got Dre Butler. I mean, dude, you got all kinds of guys.
Michael Shockley.
Good dudes, man.
To drive that
He's
200
suicidal.
I've been at the same ramps as Shockley sometimes. I'm like, yeah, not even dealing with that. There's no chance.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's
Unless
a
you
war
just
horse.
kill him, unless you just kill him right there.
Yeah,
I mean, you're gonna fight till the end.
Yeah, you're gonna. You're gonna fight until you literally put a decoy in the hole. And he still might be fighting.
And he has.
I can see Shockley hauling ass with decoy.
He's got one wrapped up around a stand-up bar.
Yeah.
He's just ready to just slide it off and throw it.
You hear him talking from a mile away anyway. So
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
He has this. He has this amazing ability.
Yes.
That's just natural, and it is an amazing ability to just naturally piss people off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
You know,
He does.
but he doesn't himself get pissed off, so that's what makes it so special.
Yeah, I like.
He has that little goofy laugh. His too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just said something.
Michael Shockley, I like him.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, he's a good dude.
you know,
He's a
good
character.
dude.
He is.
He's a good dude. I text him probably every other morning when I wake up.
Yeah.
And I'll send him some stupid shit off TikTok or something, you know. And I get him going every morning. But he's a lot of people. Some people don't like him, you know. But
Well, it's like everything.
yeah, I mean,
you're not gonna have.
But I like. I mean, he's really a super good dude.
He really is.
Yeah, he is a good dude. If you know who Michael Shockley is and what he does, I mean, he's a good dude.
He is.
So
I think a lot of people like these days they get offended by every little thing.
They do.
And Shockley, he's just one of those people. He's gonna tell you how it is. you
Yeah.
know, which is why most people love him.
I mean, that's right. I
He's
mean,
a straight shooter.
Yeah, that's
you know?
right.
And he's gonna call it. He's gonna call it how he sees it, and that's perfectly fine because that's how it's supposed to be. Like,
Well, the
you
truth
know,
is the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how you feel about something. You shouldn't hold it back just because it's a certain person. You tell them how you feel, and that's
right.
They don't like you because you tell how it is. It's just
At least you're on the
thought-
same page.
Yeah.
I always thought
You know?
honesty was good in the boat business.
yeah.
Yep.
It
You
is.
know,
It is.
you know, when somebody, and I said this 100 times, if somebody buys a boat and they're too big or overweight or got too much gear in their boat. I mean, even the weight of the drivers. I mean, we race, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not going to win being overweight.
It's the same
550.
thing.
So,
You know,
you need a little bigger boat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like an 1860 because I'm a big dude.
and really, honestly, most people you tell that to, they'll be 400 pounds and they want a 550.
Yep.
When you tell them that, they're like, they respect. Some people don't take it good, but most people are like, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
And they respect that you're trying to
And I
put
tell
them
you-
in a boat.
And I tell you how
they
I learned
need.
that. I tell you how I learned that lesson. I learned that lesson because there was a customer in Georgia.
Yeah.
He called me and said my boat's not running good. This and that, and I felt bad. I wasn't being a nice guy, so I get in a truck, and I build this guy a new boat.
You didn't know that he was bigger?
No, sir.
You got catfished. When you rolled up.
I never once asked him how much he weighed, and he had a 550.
It matters.
And dude, I drove all night. I built this guy a new boat, and I drove all night, and I pulled up there, and he walked out of that house, and I'm like,
I gotta take this one back too.
I did. I told him, I said, man,
bigger.
this
Yeah.
one ain't gonna run good either. I said, you need something a little bigger, man. I mean, I'm not being mean.
I
how
drove.
it works.
I drove all night to tell you,
You know?
this.
Yes.
So
I want to tell you in person.
But I gave him a new boat. And I gave him a new boat, and the whole way home, I'm thinking, man, I just drove 12 hours, and this is all my fault, So from that day, I was like, you know what, I'm asking that question.
Yeah, on the phone.
And I got to. And, I'll make them mad or upset, and I'll say, hey, why are you asking that? I said, well, it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just matters, If you don't understand why it matters, then
And it took me some time too. In all this boat jockey stuff over the years of racing and stuff, man, I could get in a 14-footed run good. I could get in a 15-foot, a 16-foot, but that's not the case with everyone.
Yeah.
Not everybody weighs 150 pounds.
well,
120 pounds.
That's why he was
whatever.
always good at racing.
I mean,
'cause it's like,
and
put
that-
Brian Jessen in it.
Well, I want to be honest
Yeah.
with you. How many? Who's gone to the horse track and seen a fat jockey? On a horse?
that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
You never gonna
Man,
see
we are
one.
going to get slammed by fat people. Look,
No,
listen,
we're-
man.
Yeah.
I'm a little chunky, okay? I'm chunky. I'm overweight, okay? So don't be slamming nobody.
I'm over 200, guys, and I'm not very tall. So
Yeah.
I've been
Do the
working.
math.
I've been working my love handles now for 15 years. I got big love handles.
I bet Brian has a problem like me because we're so light. When somebody does ride with us, I'm always having to stop and move them before we ever take
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, it don't work.
I'm like, especially driving a mud motor because if they're
Yes.
like too heavy on one side of it, that thing will freaking torque your
Oh.
arm
Yeah,
out.
it will.
And I'm like, no, dude, you got to scoot to the middle, put the decoys over there with the dog.
Well, because
you
we
gotta
can't
balance it this way.
Yeah.
and
We
this
don't weigh
way.
enough to offset whatever they got going on.
Yeah.
So if you throw out 400 pounds here, I mean, I don't care what boat it is. I mean,
Brian, you probably weigh
fix
as much
that.
as a good lab.
Yeah, about that. About that. I mean, it's real similar.
That's insane. You
He
what
can't
are you,
even buy
40.
Man, I've tried eating.
You can't even buy Sika clothes because they don't make the size so
No,
small.
that's just he's smaller. Yeah.
Dude, are you still in the youth category?
Yeah, it's you.
Pro-
I can wear the women's stuff.
And
now.
that's crazy because you're so tall, you know. So like you're kind of like conflict of interest when it comes to clothing.
I know.
He
It
calls
is.
me all the time.
It
Says,
is.
man, I want this Sika vest, but they don't make it in a small.
Yeah, dude, they do a lot of mediums, but you don't. I mean,
It's hard to find.
Yeah,
I got to put it on weight because I got so much Sika. I don't want to reinvest.
Hey, Quentin this year, he lost like, what was it, 50 pounds or something?
I don't know.
Well, he was losing weight so fast that his Sika stopped fitting. So he stopped his diet plan.
Because he didn't want to buy a new Sika.
Started eating like crap, gained another like 10
Yeah.
pounds back
Well,
just to
he
fit
said
his
this-
Sika stuff through the end
He
of the
said
season.
this stuff is expensive. I can't. I mean,
financially,
I
that
gotta
was a
gain
wise
weight.
decision.
Yeah,
I
financially,
mean,
yeah.
financially.
oh, it's the
yeah.
same way. I look at my Sika. I'm like, dude, give me a cheeseburger.
You got to
Shit.
give and take. You got to give and take.
You know,
Yeah.
Till after season we can sell it all and then
Yeah.
try to.
I can't even sell it though.
Yeah, but it's hard because then
Yeah.
it's like
I know.
like we were
You-
talking about earlier, like if they stop making something.
I'm
like,
scared to
dude,
death they're going to do that.
Yeah,
I can't even sell
I want
Sika.
this.
Sika's so good.
Dude, I love like the one-offs too. Like when they do like the blanket, I had to have one.
Oh my
Like,
God, he
hey,
tricked us
Darryl-
all
Darryl-
on
hey,
the blanket.
Darryl Moore's my guy right here. Yeti come out with something. I had to have it.
What came
They
out?
came out with a cast iron skillet. Okay. So like they only made like 400 of these cast iron skillets, and the skillet was like what $500.
It's like $500 for the skillet.
Dude, I'm
And
talking.
people were they were going like 2 minutes.
Dude, you
It
can
was
buy you can buy
insane.
like a large skillet at Walmart the same size for what, like 20, 30 bucks, 30 bucks at Bass Pro. I have to have one. And I've actually not gotten it yet, but he's
We've
on the
been working on
lookout.
it, yeah.
So if
We've been working on
anybody sees this and has like a Yeti skillet, like hit me up. I'll probably buy it. You know.
I mean, did really a Yeti?
Well, everybody knows
No,
that
they
bad
really
you want
had
it.
It was a cast iron skillet. It has like Yeti stamped on it.
What's so
Is it-
special about it?
It's one off,
No,
man.
So
It's a
one-off.
It's like, well, let me tell you
It's a
something. Brian
collector's
Jessen,
item.
Dude.
Brian Jessen convinced me of the Sika blankets.
Oh, he
Limited
convinced the whole
edition.
family.
I
How
bought,
many did you buy?
I bought 3 of them of the same ones.
Yeah.
And I got them in the Amazon. I got them in the still in the package.
Dude, there's no telling
I'm
what
like,
those would be worth
the
one
air.
day.
I'm like, the air cannot touch these.
Brian called
until
us.
I'm ready.
Brian called us and said, "Hey, these are gonna be worth thousands of dollars."
And I'm like,
we were driving down the road, and we had to pull over on the side of the road. We had his mama in there, Ashley in there. And we were all panicking.
we're trying to.
They're not gonna have enough. Hurry up! I said, buy 10 of them.
Heart's pounding.
Ashley's trying to get them ordered and everything else. Brian's over there talking shit. We had him on them.
He's like, this is a limited edition. It's only gonna be around once. And there's no telling.
B
what the
Scouts,
price is
when do
gonna
we
be.
get paid? And I'm like, tomorrow. He's like, spend it all.
So, anyways, Ashley orders like 5 of these damn things. I'm like, we're stupid.
Hey, listen, every kid has a blanket, right?
Yeah.
Every adult kid should too.
Yeah.
Well, I have 3 of the same one, same color.
In a package. And I've
In
been
a
trying to get them
package.
from him. He won't give them to me.
No, hey, I got these things put away. I'm like, hey, this is my investment.
You're gonna hold on to
future. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a timeshare.
It's gonna draw
Love
interest.
it. It is.
And it's
It
just
is.
it's the same materials or the vest.
The ambient.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's just one of them things where Sika to me, where they earn my respect in the camo business, is just the fit finish and how usable everything is. It seems like they don't do anything by accident. It's all
Havoc boats,
Design.
durability, Sitka durability. Dude,
Quality.
it's
It is.
quality.
That's good
and I mean, how often do you run into somebody that's like, oh, you're wearing Sika, blah 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 blah.
Man.
I'm like, if you're talking like that, you've
Yeah.
obviously never put
That's
one
what I
on.
say. You never. Anybody that ever talks bad, so you just hadn't tried it.
You just
Yeah.
haven't tried it.
You
Dude, I held off on their waders.
Did you get
forever.
slack for that, having all Sika stuff? I mean,
Man, yeah, at first
Yeah.
it was, and then because we were like some of the first people that really like down in the South that like dove
Yeah.
deep into Sika and like got in with them and started wearing their stuff a lot. And it was like people were like, oh, you got out of Bottomland. I'm like, look, Bottomland's great, but I mean, there's nobody that's making a Bottomland that's like this good of material and
Yeah.
like
Right.
No,
actually
that's-
put the science in. Like I've been up to the Sika headquarters and like they test stuff like how y'all test stuff.
yeah,
They have a lab. They literally test anything for like 2 years before they even think about putting it out.
yeah.
You know, and so it's like the stuff is like really, really high quality, and everything has warranty. Like you
Right.
send it back to them,
Absolutely,
they take care of it, and they send it back to you. You know,
Yeah.
and so that's a lot to me. You know,
it is.
Yeah.
The customer service is a lot,
Yeah.
for everybody.
but
It's,
I mean,
it's always
just
been
good stuff.
good. My wife has a Sika, problem now.
Yeah.
The first thing that got me was the neck gator.
Oh yeah.
Driving a boat. Oh my
dude,
God.
game changer.
Yeah, I won't even get in my boat without net.
I almost want to get
Literally.
another one and wear it on my head, have one on my neck and one on my head, and just like a little gap in between.
We're giving yeah.
My favorite
Warm,
is
warm
for
one.
like turkey season when like the mosquitoes are biting and you just get ate up down south.
Yeah.
Is that Equinox gear?
Yeah,
Yes.
the one with that's got the
That-
insect
it's got
repellent.
the
want
insect
that.
repellent.
Oh,
Insect
yeah.
stuff. That stuff is
That's so nice.
How does that work?
Don't get me
work?
to line, but it works because I didn't have
It
no
does.
ticks on me last year.
It
And I'm
does.
like, this
It
is
works.
insane.
I don't remember getting ate up by mosquitoes or nothing.
Dude, I promise.
And I wore them in early bow
can
season.
bite through this hoodie,
Yeah.
but it can't bite through that.
I don't know
little-
what
I don't
they
get
do.
it, and it's so thin.
I know.
You put the gloves on, you put that whole thing on, you're like,
I was telling Cuz about it. Cuz like no
You're
way.
like Iron Man.
I think you're so damn intimidating looking that the mosquito's like, I am not fucking with that guy.
I got a picture. I was gonna send it to Daniel.
Yeah.
Of
You
what?
gotta, you gotta put this up. We went turkey hunting. Me and B Scott went turkey hunting. We just got our Sika
Oh,
stuff, and we look. It's crazy, but that stuff is amazing.
I almost feel like this has turned into a Sitka commercial.
I know it. You
I
can
mean,
tell.
where's this-
Hey,
Yeah,
you
so-
can tell we love Sika, right?
Yeah.
Like we
I'll
don't
be
talk about
honest with
nothing
you,
else.
and this
I'm
is
sorry.
this is a
I'm
true
sorry.
story to how stupid me and him is when we get pumped up about something. So we got these Rambo electric bikes, right? And we're thinking, okay, game changer. All right, we're fixing to tear turkey up, and we just got our full set of Sika turkey bag, all of it.
yeah.
So we got our bikes, and I think we got new guns too.
Oh yeah.
New retail. So we got completely new loadout. Well,
Start
we're
Call of Duty new loadout.
we're in Alabama. Wait, so we're in Alabama, and we scouted all day. Didn't see no turkey. Didn't hear no turkey. Nothing. The next day, we drive out there and we're just kind of checking and looking, and we see a gobbler in the corner of this field. So we jump out, we grab all of our shit. I'm talking about we're dripping a Sika, Rambo bike, pop it out the back. We're ready to go, charge it up, good, and.
Airdrop.
We see that turkey, we're hauling ass across this field. It's like a 1,600 acre cornfield that we're going around, hauling ass. We're just masked up, looking like badasses. We feel cool.
like military.
We get
deployment.
all the way over there around the corner where we're fixing to cut off
It's
in the
not
woods
there.
and make a move. And I look over there, I'm like, dude, you forgot your shotgun. We done crossed this whole 1,600 acre cornfield, and you forgot your damn shotgun. He looks at me and said, you don't have your shotgun. Both of us left our shotguns at the truck, and there's a turkey out there strutting.
Hey,
We were so pumped up just to
Yeah.
get on and just do it.
I thought we were going to tell
hey,
that
it's not
story.
always the destination, but the journey, right? You know what I mean?
The whole 20-minute bike ride back,
Yeah.
we just laughing. We're like, dude, we're
Yeah.
so stupid.
At this point, you're like, just load back up and leave because
Yeah.
there's just no point in going back.
I think a lot of people don't think we're normal. We are normal.
we are maybe some
Yeah.
of the most unsuccessful
Yeah.
Yeah, we are
outdoorsmen.
Well, and everybody, that relates to everybody. I mean, just think about every morning when you get up, from the time you get up and say my morning routine, brush my teeth, start my day, shower, whatever. But there's crazy stuff that happens in everybody's life.
Yeah.
It's never normal.
No.
No, it's not.
It's
And,
never normal.
It's all about the adventure.
It is.
And
Yeah.
what you get into.
Yeah.
Like my wife's like, man, you got the equipment.
Yeah.
Are you gonna kill anything today?
It's like, probably not.
I'm like, I don't care.
I'm going to give her hell.
I don't
look
care.
good, though.
I just look good.
Yeah.
You know. So
And the thing is, it's like,
But to me, I like video wise stuff like that. I feel like people love seeing that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
They do.
Yeah,
because
they do.
it's
Yeah.
more realistic.
yeah,
It's like,
because everything on TV.
Does
it's
your
fake.
wife ever make fun of you for stuff you do? I mean, is she like, what are you doing? Like,
sometimes,
you know
but
what I mean?
She's pretty chill. She knows. She's like, I'll come home and it depends on the kind of hunt I'm on. Like,
Yeah.
Like turkey hunting, she knows. I'll text her. Like, I'll leave at the house like 5:45, and I'll be so pumped up. And then about 6:30, I'm like, I'm headed home.
Yeah. So this old B Scott right here. So he's all dressed up in a Sika,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Day 1. This is day 9.
that was
back
deer
home.
hunt in Illinois.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we love that shit. So we have a good time, man. We just like you guys, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But we're normal.
Oh yeah.
You know, on day 9 we're dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
day 9's over.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, it's
time to go
horrible.
home.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go back to work. Do something else.
Yeah.
like-
So this picture's awesome because this is B Scott spending time, with his dad. How do you juggle this, Darryl, with family life and you got your faith, you got your wife, your kids, you have a normal job. Like,
Yeah.
how do you juggle all that? And
I feel like a lot of it's just like trying to make time. So like I had to like personally put time aside for the family and stuff, and like I just had to like draw some lines, you know, and so like, you know, duck season's kind of a hard time. Obviously, you know, it's like we hunt every day. We're going a lot.
There's never enough time.
And then, you know, as I progressed and got further and further, it's always like, I got to go do this. I got to be here. I got to be there. And it's kind of just learning that time. You got to tell some people, like, man, no, I can't do it. Like, I got to spend some time at the house with the kids, with the family. And then, you know, when it's not duck season especially, I try to go to church every Sunday with the family. Just kind of spend that quality time with them and just making time for them. You know, the regular job. Luckily, I got a pretty cool boss that understands that this is something I love to do.
Right.
And like, I tell him, like, he knows when it's hunting season, when I'm going hunting, like, I'm really focused on it. But when I'm at work, and like, I'm a hard worker.
Yeah.
And you're talking about your boss at work, not your boss at home, right?
Yeah, no, the boss at home, she's the boss.
I mean, because it sounds like she's pretty cool,
She's
too.
the boss of it all.
Yeah, she's the boss of it all.
Yeah.
But she supports everything that I do.
That's awesome.
And she knows the kind of the goals, and us having all boys, you know, they're kind of, she knows that, like, I want to build something for them that, like, you know, and try to teach them the ways, like, how I was raised to work.
So these your kids, right?
Yeah. So the older one's Beck, and the other one's Barrett.
You got two, or is the third like
third to be here April 2nd.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Colony's getting big.
I know how they get made, so we're gonna fix that.
Are you?
hey, he's finally figured it out.
I think I'm ready too. Can we do like a twofer?
Yeah, 2 for 1.
Yeah.
For $756, you can get it taken care of.
Hey, is there a discount code we can plug into that?
I honestly feel like you know the exact price.
No,
Why-
it's $756.02. Exactly. Here's the exact invoice I got.
Wow.
Yeah, he's deeply looking into it.
You get Valium and hydrocodone before you get there. You get in there, and it's a 10-minute process.
Oh,
You need some frozen peas.
So you done research and all
I
this?
didn't. I was getting done.
Yeah. it's getting
So you're
done.
not nervous about it?
I'm not. I'm still nervous now. Hold on.
Yeah.
You're still, because they don't even put you to sleep. You just kind of go in there and they do it. You
I
know?
Oh man.
Yeah, my wife said the same thing.
Someone
They
told
don't
me in
even
the
put you
state
to
of
sleep?
Arkansas. I've been looking at this too because I'm about to do it. And
Really?
Yeah. Did you know your wife has to sign off on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that. Before.
You can't just go get cut if you want to.
I said, I
And
promise you.
if you're married.
I promise you, my wife won't have a problem signing.
Well, no.
She'll
I'm
say
just saying,
forge
though.
it.
But look at you, like what kind of? I mean, what is that?
Yeah,
Why is that?
Yeah, you know, and a woman can't even like get her stuff fixed after one kid unless the husband approves.
Yeah.
Well, see, it's good. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I guess
an
it's,
equal.
it's a
they're
give and
married.
take.
Well, I mean,
Brian,
it's
Give and
definitely a
take,
decision. I
Brian,
think both.
it's
parties
called
have to be-
marriage.
I know. I know.
Did you forget what marriage is?
No.
He's like, I just remember.
My wife reminds me daily.
Well, I mean, obviously she needs to.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous, but I had a buddy go with me last year. Last year. And he had just got it done. He came hunting, and dude, he was miserable. But he had a bad experience with it because, like, I'm gonna tell y'all. But anyway, his junk turned black afterwards because he got a little infection.
This is the crap I'm talking about right here.
But it was only like 4 days. And like
But
4
what's
days,
the
he's back
chances
clear.
of that though? I mean, is
It's
that
like
a?
it's like a low 3% chance.
Oh, I would.
You hear the horror stories though. I got a really good friend. He didn't do the couch thing like you're supposed to and chill. Goes out, plays baseball with the kids, swells up. Like,
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't care. I'm sitting down.
Huge.
Yeah, don't call me.
He sent me a picture. You can't unsee. You can't unsee that. You can't unsee that.
When I seen the black one, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. You look at it. It's a
Golly.
train wreck. You're like.
What am I looking at?
But he said the process, like, it was easy though. Like,
I'm
he said,
not
like,
even-
doing
Oh
it.
man.
They say after the cut you feel like a little tug inside.
Oh
Like-
my god!
Like a little.
We are even here on this
I
conversation.
don't know. Hey, let's change this. All right, all right.
Let's get back to
Okay,
the.
all right,
Let's get
Yeah,
back
I'm
to
sorry,
the
guys. I'm sorry, guys.
Marshall or Gen 2, something that's a little positive, not
Yeah.
just stripping you down.
I don't know where we went with that.
Golly,
A little
that's
off track.
terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
That's, yeah.
You went to bowling ball nuts and
Let's
fucking
get
terrible.
over that. But
Yeah, absolutely. Well, man, I see you're wearing your Havoc gear, and that reminds me, we got a lot of new stuff on the Havoc Gear Shop.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you wearing over there?
Man,
What
it's
do-
a
what
new
do you-
shirt we got. It's has an icon, it has a little symbol right here, and then on the back it's that diamond. I don't know if you can see it on a TV screen back there, but whatever it is, we got tons of new stuff though. Parts, accessories, stand-up bars.
This is like a fishing shirt.
Yeah, I mean, feel that,
That's good material.
dude. It's so thin.
Yeah, we're trying to get on a sicker level.
Yeah.
I know, man.
Have a whole new
Nice.
department.
Tell you what, we should
Yeah,
collab
I'm
or
Havoc,
trying
something.
to.
Havoc
Yeah.
apparel.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yeah.
There's tons of stuff. Anything from and a new thing we got on there is the bull bar
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you can actually install onto the boat after the boat's built. And screw it down.
It has like a cap. We built it where it's a cap. It fits on top of the bow cap, and you'll be able to put tape screws or whatever you want to do to attach it. And what's nice about it, if it gets damaged, you just replace it. But it also reinforces your bow caps because you see a lot.
You can change it.
You see a lot of bull bars where it crushes in the bow cap.
Yeah.
So this thing is like double braced, and it's like it goes onto the bow cap, and they'll be able to replace it.
And say you do dent it up, mess it up, whatever, all you got to do is take them out and replace it.
That'll be a big seller too.
Yeah, it is.
People I'm gonna put one on just for duck season.
Yeah, you show it.
Yeah,
you can show it.
Yeah, we can see that.
You can put one on just for duck season. Like, I'm gonna protect this.
Absolutely, and that's available on the gear shop.
But I mean, that's an awesome. I mean, I want one.
Well, I mean it's going to be available for all the new 1750 turbo rigs that we just released.
And more sizes will come out. That's the first size we got available.
Yeah, we're going to work on the other boats. The 1750 MSTC turbo package.
Do we want to hit on that for a minute?
What, the turbo package?
Yeah, you want
to. I mean, you've seen the turbo package, haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, we're actually sending the first load of turbos. We're the first manufacturer to offer a turnkey turbo. First load's going to Gregor, Texarkana tomorrow. They're going to be delivered there tomorrow.
So you'll have a rig that'll come stock. I mean, you're talking a mud rig that'll run 40 mile an hour.
I got a picture, Daniel.
Which is insane.
It is.
Honestly,
big thing on this is that rig can be financed.
Yes,
it is.
I mean, that's a big.
Never
deal.
before were you able to go in and get a turbo and actually be able to finance it, but now you can get the boat, motor, trailer, turbo, the whole 9 yards financed, one ticket.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be a game changer. You're gonna pull up to the cut and you're like, everybody's gonna be.
You're gonna see some 1750s out there with some
that's
turbos.
The only, just like we were talking about, that's the trade off with an outboard and a mud rig is speed.
Yeah.
Well, now that's not a trade off.
I mean, if you're averaging 40 miles an hour,
because
you might as well put the outboard up
because you can hold that 40 miles an hour with a mud motor through anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do that with outboard.
We're super excited about this.
It's exciting.
Mud Buddy
and it's
is
a sweet sized boat too. It fits through the timber good. It gets through all the cuts. Yeah. If your 550 will fit through there, the 1750 will fit through there.
Literally.
So 1750. I'm sure that's what you're going to run next year.
Yeah, for sure. And it's going to be interesting too, because like you're going to pull up this thing, and I don't know if y'all told people about the little special whistle that's coming in.
Oh yeah. Gregor has 2 of them on his load. There's 2 boats that has the
do have the whistles.
That has the whistles and turbos.
So if you get one with the whistle, you really got something special.
You're gonna hear a power stroke come with the whiz.
Yeah. Hey Daniel, did you get that picture?
It'll be.
I sent you a picture.
I think it'll be.
Dude, it's gonna be a game changer.
I mean, think about it, in the past 3 years, there's been low water anyway.
Yeah.
And so think about you're going to have something that runs 40.
The industry needs it.
And Game and Fish told us it's not getting any better.
Yeah.
I mean.
Obviously, if you go back.
Luke Naylor in here.
Luke Naylor sat in your seat. It ain't going to get any deeper. Yeah. It's as deep as it's ever going to be.
I think we bunker down and get ready for it.
Yeah, so he gave us some inside information. So, yeah, we stepped up our
kind of told us what we needed to do.
Mud motor game.
We got this problem fixed.
All right, no water, boys. Okay, let's go to the surface.
We got something
drive.
just for you.
Yeah, thank you. But did you get that picture yet?
And like I said, you can find all the accessories for our boats on our gear shop, and we actually got something for you that we knew you were coming today, so we got you a little surprise.
I think I've worn this one out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I noticed over there.
Got feathers and all kind of stuff probably still on it.
I know.
It's like one of my favorite hoodies. I wore it like every day during hunt season. Oh, this is dope.
Oh yeah, I got a little box
you
there.
like that box?
I like the box.
It's not going through.
This is like a next level type box, like
Hey, it says send it right there on the.
Ooh, what we got in here? Let's see. Got me a beanie. Sika might get mad, but I still like it.
Oh yeah, it's kind of old school,
Well, we talk good enough about Sika. I think it's gonna be all right. Yeah, that's one of our new T-shirts with a symbol on the front.
I don't even have one of those.
That's
Golly.
Well, you don't catch no fish.
That's fancy.
Yeah, you gotta
fancy. Yeah, you gotta be.
You gotta learn to get the job done, Brian. If you're gonna get some gear.
Nice koozie.
Dang.
Yeah.
Float thing.
Yeah, we got all that stuff in our gear shop.
Look at that jacuzzi out.
I think everybody needs one of these.
Yes, they do.
Look at that bad boy. That's
that's
the ticket right there.
So that's a real koozie.
Oh yeah.
Fresh hoodie.
And you can take that stained.
Yeah, we take trade-ins.
Yeah, just drop it off in Jennifer's office. That's what I do.
B Scott has like 15 hats in there. We can't make no money on our hats because B Scott trades them in every day.
Oh yeah, it's one of them things. You gotta have a fresh hat. Nothing's better. It's like a brand new pair of socks.
That's a really good. Y'all need to get one of those. That feels good.
Dude, it does.
Look
how
yeah,
loose
it's
that
a
is.
feeling. That's important, dude.
It's not.
It's
gonna
so
sweat.
breathable.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Long
stuff,
sleeves,
man.
keep the sun off you too.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
I mean, I don't even have one. You know.
Well, you're on a waiting list.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I might know a guy can hook you up.
Well, we better wrap this up. We got to do a
Yep.
plant tour today.
Let's do it.
We got some folks coming in for a plant tour.
Absolutely. I'm glad you came. I'm glad we got to
Yep.
know you more.
Yep.
And, I didn't know all that about you, how you got into the industry and kind of the things you've been through. And I'm glad to know, you're a family-oriented guy. And I think, we're the same way. So
Yeah.
that's why we mesh so good.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And you're doing a lot of good stuff, keeping the youth, because to me, I think your following's a younger following. And it's, that's something that we kind of struggle with. A lot of our following is kind of probably, what would you say, 25 to 55, somewhere in there.
Yep.
But I think the youth is looking at you, and you're being a great role model and an example.
Well, that's the
for
next
them.
generation.
Yeah, it is. It is. And he's running a Havoc, so he believes in the product, and we believe in him. So.
And we got a lot of new stuff coming out. Y'all get ready for some Gen 2 Marsh Runner action. It's about to get wild.
I'm about to go fishing. I'm about to go fishing Darryl, Sunday.
Oh, we're going to arm wrestle over or something.
I know his spot. Somebody already told me.
Well, anyways, we're gonna
let my secrets out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, and make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Check us out on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify. And y'all stay tuned. It's gonna be some good stuff. See you.